Welcome back to the Bluegrass on this beautiful October afternoon. I'm out with Baker and we're working on a little camping training. But what we're going to do is we're going to compare and contrast Baker, who is an awesome Micro Toy Goldendoodle. Okay, we're going to compare and contrast this little dog with Ruger, a full-grown German Shepherd that's here for remedial socialization. Now, the reason we're going to compare and contrast those two dogs is because I had a lady email me and I tried to convince her that she needed a smaller dog and she wanted a German Shepherd, but she just wasn't having it, right? Okay, so I'm going to show you in real time why it's better for some people to have a smaller dog, right? Okay, in life, in general, simple questions like is bigger better, they don't really encompass all the information that's needed to be studied, right? It's not usually a matter of bigger is better or smaller is better. It's a matter of finding the right fit, okay? So, like in this case, you see what I'm doing here? I just have Baker and I've picked her up and I'm walking off. Now, that's pretty easy with a dog Baker size. And we're working on camping training today. So I want to show you how simple this is. I'm not a very big person. I'm 50 years old and I'm not super strong, but look what I can do with a Micro Toy Goldendoodle. I can just pick them up, I can move them around. If I want to set them on the steps, I can set them on the steps. If I put them on a leash, then they can't fight me very much. You know, it's really easy to deal with them. Now look, so I'm going to walk over here. We'll do the same thing with Ruger, the German Shepherd, when I bring him out. So we got some people coming in and we're going to camp out for a couple of days. This is my camping rig. I have a fold-out rooftop tent on this trailer, and I have a clamshell rooftop tent on this old SUV here. Okay, but like, you know, so we'll have a bunch of supplies in the trailer. I'll be able to put a dog box in the trailer. There's just a lot of stuff. Now, neither Baker nor Ruger, the German Shepherd I'm going to bring out, have ever got into this trailer before, and neither of them have ever been in the rooftop tent on top of the truck or the rooftop tent that folds out on top of the wagon. Baker, come here, Baker. But let's say, come on, nerd. Let's say, for instance, like, see Baker, she's kind of hot. She's like, I don't want to come out in the sunshine, Stoney. Okay, that's fine. I'm going to try to encourage her a couple of times and see if I can't get her to go up these steps. Come here, nerd. Teach her to get in this wagon, right? Okay. Boom, boom, boom. For the last little bit, I pick her up and I put her right in there. And she's happy as a clam, right? So if I put her dog box in there for a little while, or if I put her bed in there and I have her get up there and get out of the way for a little while, that's about how much effort it took. Now that's literally the first time I've ever tried that, okay? Now let's go and think about, what if Baker would have said no? What if I would have said, come up here, you know, like this, and she would have balked or just said no? Well, this is what I would have done. I'd have reached down and picked her up and put her wherever I needed her to be. See how much trouble that is? Zero trouble, okay? Now, let's say that I want to get in my tent. I come over here, I pick her up, I walk up the tent, stick her in the tent. She has her own little American Girl doll sleeping bag, right? Okay, and then when I get up in the tent, I just zip the mesh down and she's stuck, okay? Because see if you can get up here and see it in this mesh, cameraman. Okay, now, when we're in the tent, like, you know, I put the mesh up just so the little dogs can't kind of climb out or fall out, right? But you think this mesh, wait till you see Ruger, see how big he is. You think it's gonna hold Ruger? Of course not, right? Look, perfect for her. So I just got her in there, and at night, I can tuck her into her little sleeping bag, which is awesome. Show them the sleeping bag. Huh. Okay, but she's up there, and when I'm ready to get out of the tent, go to come out. Come here, nerd. Come on, come on. Oh, come here. Even if she's a little bit resistant, because she wants to stay up in there and play, I just grab her and walk right down the steps, put her down, and I'm ready to go off and do whatever adventuring that I want to do. Now, what's the disadvantage of having a little dog, say in a camping, environment? Well, I mean, there could be other dogs running around. She doesn't really have a means of defending herself. But some people think you need a big dog when you're camping because, like, the big dog can be a guard dog. Listen, like I said in other videos, I don't need a dog to guard me. I just need him to bark a little bit and wake me up, and I'll guard myself. Okay. So I think, from a guard dog perspective, that this little dog's fine. Back up, show him, cameraman. Right there. See what I'm saying? Oh my gosh, she's a very good dog. Fine size, got in the trailer good, got in the tent good. She comes when I call her. Watch. Come on, Baker. Let's go. Oh my gosh, a very good dog. Perfect camping companion. Now, I'm not saying that, oh, you guys are going camping. I'm just saying that's what I'm working on right now. But you can kind of use this demonstration with whatever you're doing. Right? Whatever you're doing, it's just easier to do with a small dog, trust me. All right, now I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna get the big German Shepherd. Now, he hasn't been here very long, and he's here for what we call black lab therapy, in other words, remedial socialization, because he's really aggressive with other dogs. So his obedience isn't great, and I'm not saying this is an apples to apples comparison, because the other dog is older, he does have some behavioral problems, but like a size to size comparison, you're gonna really understand what I'm saying. Be right back. Okay, so I went in and got Ruger. Now, this is not going to be a perfectly fair comparison because Ruger is here for remedial socialization and training. In other words, Ruger is an adult dog. He just kind of got kicked out of some obedience classes because he had real bad manners in relation to other dogs. Like, he saw another dog, he would pretend that he was going to attack them. And when I say pretend that he was going to attack them, a lot of these German Shepherds, they're big on the talking and short on the walking. Now, that's not every one of them. I mean, there are plenty of dedicated dog fighters and small dog killers amongst the German Shepherd population. But when you are on YouTube and you see people consistently taking German Shepherds and pretending that getting control of them is some type of life and death battle, well, that's just all make-believe, right? I mean, I could have made a video with this dog where I let him get after another dog and then I yanked up on his collar and choked him out or whatever, but that's just nonsense. I mean, he has a bad attitude with other dogs, so what I do is I take him out and I run him real hard, and then I gradually introduce dogs into the environment, a little bit older dogs, a little bit more mild-mannered dogs, dogs with a lot of social experience, and then we work our way into the kind of dogs he'll run into in real life. But this is what he looks like. Show him a look from the side there, cameraman. This is one of the nicer German Shepherds that I've seen in a long time. He's got a great temperament. He's pretty easy to fool with, but he does have, a lifetime of not minding under his belt. Okay, so the other dog, she's younger, she's had better training, and so, like, that, I'm just trying to be honest, because I know this is going to come off like I really like the little dog and I don't really like this dog, and that's not true. This dog's awesome. He's great. If he would have been coming and hanging out with us from the time he was 8 weeks old, he would be like a perfect professional level demo dog. He's just fantastic. Just not the best training, not the best socialization. But let's go over here and let's just do the same stuff that we tried to do with the little dog. I'm gonna get some other dogs to come with me. Come on, dogs. Now, you guys know whenever I have a dog that stays with me that needs remedial socialization, first thing we do is what we call black lab therapy. And so this is how this fella is learning how to get along with other dogs. He's just got to be around a bunch of black labs. Very nice. I'm hoping a little bit of that'll rub off on him, Okay, but now right off the bat, I mean, you notice the size difference between this dog and Baker. I mean, look how big this dog is. Let's say I was going to try to pick him up and hold him with one hand. Like, oh my gosh, that's the best I can do. So I obviously am not carrying him around anywhere. Very nice. If another dog got after Baker, I feel like, it would be not that hard for me to shoo the other dog off, you know what I mean? Like, I can pick Baker up and then protect myself against another dog. This dog here, you get two big dogs at a campsite going at it. This one has poor manners, is conflict prone. Hey, listen, it takes a lot of experience to be able to deal with a dog fight with dogs this size, right? And not just experience, but it takes a certain amount of physicality. And a lot of people, you know, with your desk jobs and your coding jobs and your doctor jobs, whatever, you're just not used to being physical. And you take into account that most people have never had any kind of physical altercation in their entire life. And then you add in the fact that now they're 60 or 70 years old and they're wanting to get a German Shepherd, you can start to see where I have some reservations about getting involved with that. Come on. All right. So we're going to walk over here. And I would imagine, because this is a good dog, I'd imagine I'm going to be able to get him up the steps. But if he balks, picking him up and putting him in the trailer is going to be a whole lot different deal than picking up Baker and putting her in the trailer. Come on there. Okay, this is the way the dog business goes, right? I was kind of anticipating that this dog might not want to get in this trailer and I was going to have to pick him up. That was going to be the whole point of what I was saying. But anyway, so let's bring him back out. Come here, nerd. Don't jump out. Come out. All right, let's say that I did have to pick him up and put him in the trailer. Look what a chore this is. I got to reach down here, try to cuff underneath him, pick him up. He's bigger than me. Then I got to come over here. And try to put them in the trailer. And again, it doesn't have to be a trailer. It could be anything. You'd be trying to get your dog up on the vet table, up on the grooming table, whatever it is. But that was quite a bit of effort for me, and I pick up dogs on a pretty regular basis, okay? Now let's get him out of here. Come on, nerd. We'll go over here to my tent. Now with enough time, okay, I could probably, you know, teach this dog to climb this ladder and maybe with a little bit of help get in the tent. Hey, getting out, that ain't that easy. I got to come out first and pick him up and carry him out. But I want you just to look at what this looks like. Remember how easily I got up on the ladder with Baker? Okay, now watch. So I kind of need one hand to be on the ladder, right? So look, I reach down here and I get this big dog. Oh my gosh, and now I'm going to go up these steps. Like, look. It's just not happening. Just not happening, okay? Now, would this dog, big old German Shepherd like this, Malinois, Dutch Shepherd, something like that, would he be a good deterrent at the campsite? Well, yeah, I mean, like, look, if you were going around national parks thinking about robbing people, and one of them had this dog and one of them had Baker, I guess, you know, I guess you might be a little bit more likely to rob the person that has Baker than has Ruger, okay? I mean, I'll give you that. But I don't think that's really a legitimate concern, okay? Because I can tell you for sure, this dog ain't fighting with anybody. This is not a man fighter, okay? He might bark and do some stuff, but if there's a person that's really dedicated, really like set on doing you some harm or taking your stuff, this dog ain't stopping them. You know what I mean? Now, maybe if we spent a lot of time putting him in specific situations, doing what they call scenario training, yeah, we could probably get him to be where he's somewhat of a man fighter. He's just not a man fighter by nature. He's just a good farm dog. And people, you know, they forget about that, right? You know, these big dogs like this, these German Shepherds, they're really good for farms. They're good for people that have pickup trucks that can just tell the dog to jump in the back of the pickup truck and ride around. They're good for young people that are strong, and if the dog gets hurt, can pick the dog up and take it to the vet or put it on the vet table, or if they're out hiking and the dog has trouble, they can carry the dog out. Okay, that's who they're good for. Okay, if you're an older person and you don't have any place to exercise a dog like this, if you're kind of a soft person that has an office job and you don't have any place to exercise this kind of dog, look, it's just a lot of trouble. So don't let your fantasy of what your life would be like with the dog get in the way of practicality, okay? And again, thinking about the camping stuff, just in your own mind, go over whatever it is that you do. It doesn't have to be camping, right? It can be anything. And just ask yourself, would it be easier with a 10-pound dog, or would it be easier with a 100-pound dog? And almost to a person, your answer is going to be smaller is actually better. All right, I hope that makes sense to you guys, and I'll see you next week. Very nice dog.